Hello dear creatives, welcome back to class. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make a beautiful yet classy turban. So if you have been thinking turban has to be really elaborate, then you are wrong. We have simple turbans that you can also sell at good price. However, there are some little things that you need to do to ensure that it looks beautiful and classy as well, so that you can charge appropriate prices for your designs. Okay, if you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Adiola. Thank you for joining in, and if you have not watched all my previous videos, please do well to go back and check them out. You'll find designs that are really interesting and that you can start to make right away. So also, if you have not subscribed to this channel, I think this is the best place you should be, and you should also click the subscribe button right away and share, because you are in for a good time with myself, your class captain, and also your tutor. So you're also going to be needing 1 yard of this fabric. I don't know how or what they call this fabric in different states, but I can be sure that in Lagos it is called stretchy taffeta. In Ibadan it's called raw silk, but in other states and for those that are outside the country, you may just find a stretchy fabric that is nice as well, that can also bring out the shine and the sleekness of this turban. So let's go straight to it. So 1 yard of this, and also you'll be needing 1 inch elastic, and also you'll need some beads. You can use pearls, you can use sand beads, whatever you like. Just ensure that you embellish with a very nice accessory, and you can also use different accessories to or applique to make the turban look classy and beautiful as well. And for those who prefer their designs to be plain, yes, you can also have plain design. And quickly, let's go straight to the point. I'm going to be showing you the measurement very shortly. So this turban is going to have a base, a V band, and also is going to have a bow. So you can either wear this turban to the front or to the back. But let's see how I can come up with this design. I actually have the idea in my head. I just want to carry you along so that you can see how I come up with the design. So to your base, this is the fabric you're going to be using to make your base. The length, ensure that the length is the stretchy part. Okay, and this fabric is going to be what you're going to be using to line itself. So one piece of fabric will be folded into two to form your base, so that you can have double fabric, and also it will give your turban a full look. So the length of this fabric here is 33 inches long. The length is 33 inches long. Why is it 33 inches long? Because I'm going to be attaching elastic, so just stay with me. And the width is also 33 inches. So one piece of 33 by 33. Okay, great. So this is for my base right here. I'll put this aside. Moving on, next I'm going to show you my band. I mentioned that I'm going to be making a V band. So I just cut out 2 pieces from the same, because the fabric I have is not even up to 1 yard. They didn't cut up to 1 yard for me. I don't know why. I just figured out that it's actually 33 inches. So I'm going to be using it like that. Is perfect for me. So this here is also 33 inches, but the width here is 5 inches, because I want my band is even 5.5 inches. Okay, 5 inches and 5.5 inches is fine, depending on how wide you want your band to be. Also, you can make your band to be 4 inches or 4.5 if you don't want it to be too wide. Okay, so I'm going to just work on this. Whatever excess I have, I'll cut it off, and I have 2 pieces right here, and that is for my band. Don't forget, I just talked about the base, now the band. So let's move on to the bow. This turban, you can wear both the front and the back. That's the idea. Okay, so I want the front to look as beautiful as the back. So I'm using the bow on one side. It could be the front or the back, that depends on who is wearing it. And this right here This is the stretchy part of the fabric. Always remember that the length should be the stretchy part of your fabric. So this right here is 12 inches. I'm going to cut this part off, so I'm stopping my measurement here. 12 inches, 12 inches width, and the stretchy part is 9 inches. You need just one piece. So ultimately, 1 yard will be enough for you to make this design. And quickly, let me just drop this in that if you are interested in joining the vault, why do I call it the vault? The vault is where I have over 50, not 50, over 50 of my best-selling designs, and you can pay and get instant access. And these are designs that you can make to upgrade and also be able to charge premium fees. These are designs that I make for my customers, in the UK, US, my customers everywhere. They love those designs. They are best sellers indeed. And I've put them together in a Telegram group called The Vault. So you can subscribe for either 3 months or 6 months or even 1 year. So chat the number on your screen right now for more details so that I can go straight to the turban that I'm about to show you how to make. So let's move on. So you're going to fold each of this on each other. Just watch me closely. I know if you're already making turban, making V-band is going to be easy peasy for you, but let's consider those that are just meeting me for the first time. Okay, so I'm going to fold this on each other and then place it like this. Ensure that the open part is facing the same side, and you need some pins to hold this down. I want you to consider something. I always like to teach my videos from scratch because of the beginners. I want you to be beginners friendly. So ensure that this tip right here is popping up, is above the line here. Okay, same for this one. So you pin this down. If I was to sew this on my own without training, I won't be going through this process. But for the sake of the beginners, that's why I'm going through this process. Okay, can you see? So this gives us the V band. V, hence the name V band. Okay, so if you're a beginner, there's a process you have to go through just to be sure. You go to the sewing machine, you just join from here. You join from here, start from this point. When you get to this center part, you go down. So you're trying to join this piece into one. So I'm going to go that way for you to see. I will join this. If I was doing this on my own, I would just attach it to the base directly and then sew. But let's just go through that route. So you join from here. When you get to the midpoint, you navigate this way. So I'm going to do that, and when I'm back, I'll show you how it looks like before I move on. So this is what I have here. Can you see how it has been joined? So you can cut off the excess. All right, so let's move on. So this is what I have. Now it's time for me to attach the band to the base. So I'm going to fold this, fold it into 2 equal halves, and then I notch just a little notch right there so I can know which part is the center. Okay, so this is the center. This point where the two fabrics are meeting each other is the center part. So you want to ensure that it aligns with that center part. So you pin it down in the middle right here. and then you pin it all the way down. You're pinning just one piece of the fabric, okay? Just one piece of the fabric. But if you want your job to be faster, you can just go ahead. This is the front side of the fabric. So you're going to be pinning your band to the right side of the fabric. This is the wrong side of the fabric. Okay, if you want your job to be faster, what you need to do is after you pin this part right here, let me just pin so that I don't jump the process, so you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, when you are done, if you want your job to be faster, you pull this one, the other side, you pull it over it this way. And then you join straight. You're not going to be joining in a curvy way. When you place it on top this way, you're going to sew it across like this so that this part here will not have a bulge at the center of the head. So when you place it, you sew it straight. Okay, now before that, I think I need to cut out this fluffy part of the fabric. When I'm done, I'm going to join it just the way I've explained, and then I will show you how it looks like before we move to the next step. So this is what I have right here. Can you see how it looks? So the next thing is for you to just put your hand inside and turn it inside out. Any part can be the front. This can be the front. This can also be the top part. So let's move on to the next stage. But before then, I'm going to sew my bow. Okay, I just go to the sewing machine. All right, so I'm going to just close the bow on the sides completely. You close it up completely. All right, so this is the fabric for the bow. I've sewn it, and then I'll put this aside so we can move on to attaching elastic to this turban. So I'm going to measure from the open part here, from this open part. Sure. I'll measure 7 inches. Okay. On the other side, I'll also measure 7 inches and mark. Okay. So for my elastic, I'm going to measure 5 inches. Or you can even do 4 inches or 4.5, depends on you. So let's just do 4.5, and I'll cut out 2 pieces. So this is what I have. So what am I going to do next? So moving on, I'm going to insert the elastic into those pipes right here, and I'll use safety pin. Ensure that the safety pin is the one that faces the hole, the opening, so that you can use the safety pin to pull it out. Okay, so once it gets to that 7 inches mark, you pin it down. After pinning, you pull, and then you pin on the edge as well. Can you see that? So this is what it's going to look like. So you sew here, you do a back stitch back and forth so that you can hold steady or strongly, and then you sew this part down as well. So I'll repeat the same method or the same process here. Insert my elastic. So even if you want to make your band to be small, please ensure that it's not too small to the point where your elastic cannot fit into the hole. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this thing down, the elastic down, secure it into the turban band, and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Let's move on. So I'm going to fold this right here. Just fold it like this. And this is what we are going to do. We're going to close up this place and leave about 1.5 inches here. Please pay attention to this part. 1.5 inches here. We leave 1.5 inches or even 1 inch. 1 inch or 1.5. And this means that I'm going to be sewing a pipe like this. Let me measure this for you to see. This is 5.5 inches left over that I cut out from my band. So you can just fold it, sew it, turn it inside out, because I'm going to use this loop. After gathering this back part here, I'm going to use this loop to gather it or bring it together, because that's where my bow is going to sit. Let's see how we can come up with that concept. So let me start again. You close this up all the way, leave 1.5 inches here, or 1 inch, or 1.25. It depends on how wide. Okay, so for this part, this is where if you have a weaving machine or a serger machine, you weave this part for neat finishing. But I'm not going to weave it for the purpose of this tutorial so I can finish up on time. So I'm going to use machine to close it up. I'll close it up all the way and then close it up, but leave 1.5 opening here. So I've sewn it, I've closed this part, left my opening, and I covered it up. So the next thing you want to do is to gather the front. So this front part, I'm going to gather it like this. So I'm just going to go in and out. So for this turban, you're going to gather both front and back. So I'm going to gather it this way. Just go in and out, in, out, in, out. And then you pull. So once you pull, you can tie a knot. Ensure that you pull it really tightly. cut the thread and then secure it by tying it like so. So when you are done with the front part, you're also going to gather the back part. Okay, so you gather, then I pass my pipe inside. You notice that I did not gather it up to the end so that my pipe can be able to go in and come out comfortably. So at this point, I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and then I'll sew it like this, not too tight, because this is where our bow is going to enter when I turn this inside out. So you sew this, or you can tack this or tie a knot first, cut your thread before you do this process. But I'm just showing you so that you can see that the hole we left here, this is what I'm going to use it to achieve. So now I can cut off the excess part. Okay. So if you turn this inside out, this is what you should have. So I'm going to turn this to inside out. Don't forget to weave this part so that you can always have a neat finishing. So I'll turn this inside out as well. Wow, this is beautiful. And this is the front part, the place where we gathered. This is the back. This is our V band here. Okay, so what we are going to do next is to cut this a little bit in the center, turn it out, push the pointed edges very smoothly. Okay, so you can create your bow. So this is your bow. You can use your thread to bind the center. You can arrange it anyhow you want, and this bow is going to sit right here in the middle. So it's called detachable bow. So this can be here, this can be the front, this can be the back. So we are done with the turban, but what we want to do next is to apply or attach some beads here using beading needle, just to spice this up a little bit. Coffee on one there. Respect to the elders. To the elders. Yeah. Mo ti ń wá àmọ́ yẹn. I think I'm done, but I cannot conclude this video. I'll just show them. So this is what I have right here. This is the back. This can be the front because this has elastic, and I also beaded on the elastic as well. You see, it is still stretchy. So this is the front part. This is the V-band, looking nice, and your top part has some pleats, and then this is the body. And I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Don't forget to reach out to the WhatsApp number on your screen if you're interested in more intricate designs that you can charge premium fee or premium prices for. So reach out to me on WhatsApp for more information. You can join instantly. So thank you so much for joining in. My name is Adiola once again. Click the subscribe button right away so you don't miss any tutorial that I drop here on my YouTube channel. Bye for now.